Hey girl, it is me, Miska Dover, and I am back with another video. Sorry for the wait. I had to travel down to New Orleans for my cousin's promotion, and we just spent some time with family, which was super fun. But I am back, and I'm back to finish up this series, How to Online Date with Purpose. And today we are going to be talking about intentions because they matter. The reasons why we do things matter. And if you are, anything like me, a faith-filled sister girl in Christ, and you trying to honor the Lord in your walk with God while also trying to find you a bae and get wiped up and, date. Intentions are important because, some people be online dating just to hook up. Some people online date just to cure their little boredom for that day. You just never know what people's intentions are. And if you are out here with this strategic plan, this tactic, this, you out here and you ain't moving without purpose. You're purposefully operating in this space with the intent to date to marry, and you're in it, and say you may be entertaining somebody who is not on the same page as you. That's wasting time, and that's where I found myself so much when I was online dating. I made the mistake of not being vocal about what I was looking for. Child, I don't know what was wrong with me. I feel like I was not vocal, and I think majority of it was I didn't want to run the person away, the guy away. So I would just be quiet about my observations and just let it play out, let whatever it was play out and make observations. And based off what I observed, I would say, okay, I can spend a little more time with him, or, oh no, this ain't it, I gotta go. But that's where I went wrong. Because people present how they want to present. That people present themselves how they want you to see them in the beginning. We all know that, that's something that we do. Everybody got their representative front and center when they trying to get a job, when they trying to make a good first impression. And so just going with the flow can kind of, in the beginning, can kind of lead you astray because we're presenting ourselves in the best light possible. So it is best to me or what I wish I would have done to prevent wasting my time was just ask, what are your intentions in online dating, or what made you join the site? And not be so concerned with running somebody away. I think I was so desperate, so lonely, so, whatever, that I was trying to cling on tight to whoever would, whoever I thought. Because if they made it to date stage with me, it was because, okay, I see something in this person. Like, I wasn't just giving any old person a chance. It was like, now I might have one or two times, but for the most part, it was really, I was really strategic about who I dated or who I, let take me out. So why I said that, I don't know. But yeah, don't be afraid to ask the questions, ask the hard questions, and don't be so concerned with running somebody away. I think that's what I was about to say. I was so concerned, I was so bored and lonely and all the things that I was so concerned with running somebody away. But at the end of the day, that's what you need to do anyway. Weed out the bad stuff. Stop being scared to weed out the bad stuff. And that's something I wish I could tell myself. Don't be scared to weed out the bad stuff. Because, back then I was looking at it like it was my loss. If my standards, my morals, the road that I was trying to walk, the narrow road that I was trying to walk down, I was thinking that those things were what was causing me to be as lonely as I was. But no, if somebody is not on the same journey as you, that's just what it is. And we have to accept that, and we got to stop using silence to manipulate. Ooh, now I was manipulating. Child, that's that's new discovery. I just realized that. Even in silence, even I know I'm looking for something serious. I know I ain't trying to have sex with nobody until marriage. I know that I want to be up in a church every Sunday with my boyfriend, fiance, husband. I know, all of these things, that I plan to do and would like to do with my future husband, but I'm being silent about it in order to keep spending time with this person. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. I shouldn't have did that, but what's done is done. But yeah, I just encourage you to just walk in what you say you're gonna walk in, and don't be worried about who cool with it, who can tolerate it. If you can't tolerate it, if you ain't cool with it, then bye. It's as simple as that. And it's not gonna feel good every time. It's not gonna, it's not gonna cure your loneliness. It's not gonna, cure your need for affection, but it's going to do what it needs to do, which is help you honor God, which is not be wasting your time with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that is up in your face telling you how cute you is, or give you false hope. Like, that false hope of trying to hope and wish somebody will be cool with what you cool with as it pertains to living for God. It's not really it, because as soon as they disappear, because they notice you don't talk about this, you don't talk about sex, you don't spend the night at their house, you don't do all of these, you don't go over their house, or people notice those things. And when a guy I was talking to noticed that, and the more he noticed, the less he would talk to me. And so the false hope that you're creating by trying to hang on to this situation will still be diminished once they notice, oh yeah, she ain't talking about nothing. She ain't with it, So yeah, make sure you are inquiring about the intentions. However you need to inquire, just inquire and stop being silent. Don't be silent. Don't go with the flow. Don't try to be this easy. And by easy, I mean low maintenance girl that isn't, doesn't want to look like such a hard to deal with person for the sake of trying to keep a guy around. It's okay to have standards. It's okay to require somebody to rise to the occasion of dating you. And yeah, and then in addition to what am I saying? In addition to making sure the intentions are aligned, make sure them actions align as well. Because, lip service can be just that at times, lip service. And people will say anything to get closer to their end goal. And so it's important that say you do say, hey, what are your intentions? And they say, oh yeah, I'm looking for the same thing you looking for. I'm dating to marry. I want to be in this, faith-filled relationship, this, that, and the third. But they doing things and saying things that contradict what they proclaimed. I say that to say we can't just stop at inquiring. We have to examine fruit. We have to be fruit examiners. Is that what it's called? Fruit inspectors. That's what I be calling myself, a fruit inspector, because I'm not judging you, but I'm going to inspect that fruit off of that tree. And that's not to say that I believe that everybody is perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. However, it is still wise to inspect the fruit of individuals. What type of fruit are they producing? Are they patient? Are they loving? Do they, are they kind? Or is this a mean-spirited person? Does this person have a spirit of lust hanging over them? Does this person is this person rude all the time? Like, inspect the fruit. And again, not to be confused with judging, but it would not be smart to be around people and to not recognize what they bring to the table, what you're exposing yourself to, and things of that nature. So yes, inspect that fruit. Make sure them actions align with whatever they saying. And don't be afraid to stand on business when it comes to what you want, what you desire, when it comes to what God requires, okay? That's more than anything, that trumps all of it. When it comes to what God desires, do not be afraid to stand on business behind it. And I know for myself, easier said than done, because the heart want what it want. The heart want what the heart want. But we can't be so concerned with pleasing our flesh or giving our flesh every little thing it wants. We have to learn how to endure. We have to learn how to not get weary in well doing, because that's something that I ran into trying to save this hot pocket, trying to, be a virgin until marriage. I was getting weary and well doing, okay? It's like, okay, God, it seems like I'm the only one out here trying to honor you with my body, and it's not getting me anywhere. And so yeah, I know all too well what it's like to feel weary and to be doing something that's, that God calls us to do, requires of us to do, and to feel like I'm being punished for it. But we got to get our emotions in check. We have to honor our emotions, but we also have to honor God at the end of the day, and know and realize that, not every single test that I approach is going to feel good. Not everything is not going to be perfect at every given moment of our lives. And there is some enduring, there is some waiting, there is some loneliness that we will have to experience, but we have to put our trust in God and believe that He will perfect each and every single thing that concerns you. He will honor you because you are seeking to honor Him. And we have to, first and foremost, know and believe that by seeking Him and not a man, by seeking Him, He will add what needs to be added to us. And so, yeah, seek God above all else, and He will add what needs to be added to you. A lot of times that's for sure what caught me up, child. I'm up here seeking a man. Where he at? And the whole time I should have been seeking God. Not for a man, but because He is where my helps come from. He is where my help comes from. He is the source. He is my everything. He is what I need, okay? And so that's what I had to get caught up in. I had to get caught up in God. And I encourage you to get caught up in God and not, caught up in the pleasures of this world or being somebody's girlfriend, being somebody's wife. Because you're going to need that relationship with God when you become somebody's wife, when you become somebody's girlfriend, okay? You will not be able to have that faith-filled, Christ-centered relationship without Him. And so it's best that you seek God. Seek God, seek God, seek God. And when God sends, or as you date, make sure that you are not just letting any old thing into your space. Allow individuals in your space that share the same intentions as you, because if you don't, you will be working backwards, and you'll end up worse off than you started, because it's like, wow, all these good guys. That's what I think I shared this before, but that's what I would run into. Like, I run into a lot of good guys, but they weren't the right guys for me. Great guys, great men, but they weren't going to church, or they wanted to be at the club every weekend. They would take care of their children. They, had jobs, were in school, like nice men. But when it came to the faith department, it was depletion. It was nothing, zilch, zero. And I knew I couldn't just settle for a good guy. I knew I had to have the right guy. And so don't work backwards. Don't tease yourself and dangle all these little, pieces of candy up in your face when you know it's not the right situation for you. And so check on them intentions, and also watch them actions. Inspect their fruit, and don't be afraid to walk away when stuff ain't lining up. When it ain't adding up, lining up, don't be afraid to walk away, okay? We got to get to a place where we realize that I want to say that you are the prize. But yeah, get that in your spirit. Get that in your spirit. You are the prize. And that's not to say a man is not valuable. But when I say you're a prize, you're valuable. And, how you feel about yourself, we show how we feel about ourselves when we subject ourselves to certain things. So don't subject yourself to, anything that's not what you truly want. And so that's what I had to do. I had to realize, okay, you know what? This is a good guy, but I'm also valuable. And I am not losing out on anything by letting someone else get him. He gonna be all right, and I'm gonna be all right too. Even though this does not feel good, even though this is not, what I want to do in this moment. I would love to explore things with this guy. However, my faith is much more important to me, and I know that I cannot compromise in this area. So yeah, make sure them actions lining up. Make sure them actions lining up. Don't be afraid to walk away when it's time to walk away. And that's all I got for y'all today, okay? Intentions, how to online date with purpose. Yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and until next time.